the communist world. Millions were persuaded that central planning and collective labor were the only road to prosperity and a just society. And their governments assured them they were the envy of the world.
Jeder von uns wurde von Erregung gepackt, als er hörte oder erlebte, wie Westdeutschlands Jugend die Zonengrenzen sprengte. Auf diesen Augenblick hatten sie gewartet. Diesen Weg konnte ihnen kein USA-Soldat und kein Bonner Polizist verlegen.
And when China went communist in 1949, the Soviet Union could trumpet the inevitability of world revolution.
Теперь на 1/4 земного шара возникло могучее содружество народов социалистических стран. Теперь каждый третий человек живет и трудится при социализме. Теперь нас больше миллиарда.
On Stalin's 70th birthday, the people were called out to celebrate the onward march of communism. The leader watched Tamara Bunketik come forward.
Мы Ленина внуки и Сталина внуки. Мы бодро шагаем к вершинам науки. Мы знаем, работа придет.
Я попала из своей жизни просто в сказку.
I was transported into a fairy tale. I had eyes only for him. He had such kindly eyes. It was as if he was my father. I just wanted to touch him.
Хотя бы прикоснуться.
Вот и друг любимый, родному Сталину.
Tamara was 11 at the time, and like the girl in the fairy tale, when the ball was over, she had to hand back her dress. The way most Soviet people lived had little to do with the picture painted by the party elite.
We lived in terrible conditions. It wasn't a house, but a little shed. There was no running water or electricity. Each day I only had money for one ration of bread. I had to fight myself not to eat it before I got home, so I could share it with my mother.
Inside this closed world, information about the West was totally controlled.
Ложью и клеветой заполнены столбцы реакционных американских газет. Каков же этот хваленный образ жизни? Посмотрите на их искусство. Посмотрите на их спорт. Посмотрите на эту борьбу в вольноамериканском стиле. Посмотрите, как ухаживают за собачкой миллионера и как безработные стоят в очереди за бурдой.
У нас была страна справедливая, так нас учили.
We knew our society was just, and that capitalism was terrible, and people were exploited. That's what we were taught. It didn't matter how badly I lived now. I hoped it would get better. I believed in Stalin and knew that life would improve.
Юные ленинцы, до борьбы за справу Ленина, Сталина, будьте готовы!
childhood, citizens were constantly reminded of the sacrifices of the Great Patriotic War. 20 million had died, and it must never happen again. Over 70% of the country's budget went into making the Soviet Union a superpower. Defense was the watchword. All over Eastern Europe, communist governments mounted show trials of so-called traitors to instill fear.
Před státním soudem v Praze byla souzena osmičlená banda amerických špionů a teroristů.
Przed wojskowym sądem rejonowym w Warszawie stanęli członkowie antypaństwowego i antyludowego ośrodka, którzy na zlecenie...
Americká plutokracie cynicky šlape po všech zásadách mezinárodního práva a diplomatických vztahů.
W łańcuchu bezpośrednich przygotowań do napaści na Polskę, na Związek Radziecki, na kraje demokracji ludowej. W łańcuchu
žádám pro všechny obviněné trest smrti. Nešť váš rozsudek dopadne jako železná pěst, bez nejmenšího slitování.
Thousands were executed. Millions sent to prison camps, all in the name of the people.
Можно мне вас поцеловать, товарищ Сталин? За все! За все, что вы сделали для нашего народа! Для нас! Братья, Сталин!
Ива Сталин! И внутрь Сталин!
Мира и счастья всем вам, друзья мои!
But Stalin still lacked the one thing that would put Soviet power on an equal footing with the West. By September 1949, he had it.
Grim news. The communist bloc also has the atom bomb.
In the West, smug superiority turned to alarm.
Behind the Iron Curtain, the most sobering threat ever to menace free men. The target area is our North American continent. But the bullseye of the enemy's target is you, your family, your home.
We're living in a country that's the finest place on earth. But some folks don't appreciate this land that gave them birth. I hear that up in Washington they're having an awful fuss, 'cause communists and spies are making monkeys out of us. The bureaus and departments have been busy night and day. They're figuring out just how we gave our secrets all away. And Congress has appointed a committee, so they said, to find out who's American and who's a low-down red.
Communism in reality is not a political party. It is a way of life, an evil and malignant way of life. It reveals a condition akin to disease that spreads like an epidemic. And like an epidemic, a quarantine is necessary to keep it from infecting this nation.
Stalin's atom bomb and the communist takeover in China drove the United States into a kind of paranoia. Communists, real or imagined, were pursued in the full glare of publicity.
Are you a member of the Communist Party? Or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
It's unfortunate and tragic that I have to teach this committee the basic principles of Americanism.
That's not the question. Are you or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I have never sullied the honor of the American people.
Are you a member of the Communist Party?
Are you a member of the Communist Party?
There is not a communist bone in my body.
As I travel around, I still have people say, well, why are you so hard on communists? They're just another political party like any other, and a poor minority at that, and so misunderstood. Well, we don't want them misunderstood, and that's why we're making this film. And that's why I say they are lying, dirty, shrewd, godless.